Banana bread and dollar bills, making cash, I get the chills. Pick it up, watch it rise. Stop barking dreams in my eyes. Welcome to Banana Bread Trades.
Welcome everyone to Banana Bread Trades. My name is Goose and welcome back to Trade Recap and Trade Plan, where we recap the prior day and also make a plan for the next day. However, we will not be doing a recap in today's video since we didn't have a video planning for the next day. We're back from vacation. We did trade last week. I didn't make any videos last week. It was kind of a light week. I did trade some, and if you want to go back and look at what I did, I posted videos and recaps of all the trades I took in our Discord. If you go to the accountability section, scroll down to Goose, then I'll posted videos and, write-ups of why I took the trades, all the trades I took, all that jazz. So you guys can go in there, post in there extensively, everything I did. I'm going to just try to start taking videos of my trades a little bit more. It's tough sometimes because you're just in the moment and it's just distracting. But in the case of Friday, I could see the setups coming pretty well in advance. So I went ahead and got my trading software and stuff fired up and was able to record those trades. I edited them down to about 5 minutes long. I was in the trades themselves for well over an hour. But I edited them down and you can see what I was looking at and why I got into those trades as well. So yeah, all that's in the Discord if you want to go look at what we did last week and especially what I did on Friday. Like I said, I took videos of those. So let's go ahead and just get into our trade plan going into tomorrow. And you guys will notice I've changed my charts up a little bit. I do this a lot, so this is just where we're at now. I actually really like this chart setup a lot. I was running multiple different platforms to kind of see what I can have now, but now that I got my quant tower set up the right way, I can see volume profiles for every single day. And then I can pretty much just see everything I want. I've kind of trimmed down and cleaned up a little bit. I am running my standard 1 minute, 15 minute, and 1 hour chart in the top. All three of them just have a Keltner channel and volume profile on them, as you can see. If you want my Keltner channel settings, that's them right there. It's just a 200 moving average with times 10 coefficient. But I don't really take trades directly off of these. They're more of just, keeping in perspective where we are in this move, and especially when we're in kind of a rangy-ish market. Really good to have that in perspective. As you can see, they're not something just blindly take a trade off of either, because if you're in a really highly trending market, you can bust above the level. But it just kind of helps keep you in perspective of where the risk is and kind of what side favors you a little bit more. If you're more extended one way, you have a better shot at fading the market than going with the trend, yada, yada, yada. So these are just the time frames I like watching it, and we'll go from there. The main thing I'm watching, though, is down here in the bottom, and this is volume profile as well as my singles is from the TPO charts. I really like watching singles. I don't watch TPO charts extensively, but I do like watching singles because those are a great place for rotation and or targets. So in this chart here, it's actually a TPO chart. I just have the TPO itself hidden, and I can see my volume profile and the singles as well as my POCs. Now, the POCs are supposed to auto extend. There's a bug right now. They're going to fix that. For the auto extend, I just have all these drawn in. But this is really, really helpful because you get to see the volume profile and the singles, and you get to kind of see where these rotations can and will take place. And this will kind of lead into what we're looking at tomorrow. Is we want to see a rotation between the two untested POCs that we have on both ES and NQ. For ES, those two POCs are 55.58 and 54.89. So whichever POC we test first, I'm going to really want to see us get being extended, especially on the 1 minute chart, on the 2 minute, on the 15 minute and the 1 hour. I think we're so centralized, we're probably not going to see a touch of either of those tomorrow. But on the 1 minute, I'd like to see us really pressing the 1 minute edge when we're testing one of these POCs. And that'll give us a great idea that we're way overextended to one side while we're testing that POC. and it should give us a great setup for a rotation. So that's what I'm going to be looking for, is pressing that POC while overextended, get a rotation, and try to reach that other POC. And that's the same thing for NQ as well. We have 2111, and then we have 19831 as our two untested POCs. I'm going to want to see a rotation from one to the other. I don't know which one we test first. We'll let the overnight happen. I'm just praying to God that we don't get the test at 3 a.m. while I'm asleep. That's happened like the last week now, 2 weeks. I guess not 2 weeks, I was gone, but the last week at least, all the really great setups were happening at 3 a.m. and it was really making me mad. So to where I actually started setting my alarm for like 2 a.m. just to check charts and be like, hey, are we near the level that the swing level that I've been wanting? So we might check and we'll keep an eye on this. But that's what I'm really looking for tomorrow, is just, I want to see a rotation from one POC to the other. And that's really all I'm looking for tomorrow. As far as upside targets, obviously we have all-time high, and downside targets, we have 19,540 on NQ. Those are untested singles from the start of CPI, and this is also the start of meaningful U contract volume, when rollover volume started to come into U contract here on NQ. So that's something I'm really looking at. That would kind of, if we could fill that void right there and go back and retest that volume, I would feel that we are completely reset on NQ to go ahead and make this charge to the highs. If not, I'm going to keep this level at 19,540 as a short swing target, just until that is taken. Any short swings I end up taking, that is going to be my final target, regardless of where we're at, on any short swings I take. Whether I take them right now, I don't know. But any longer term short swings that I'm looking at 19,540. That is my final short swing target on any short swings I take. For ES, again, we have all-time high as our far out targets, and our downside target, that single would be down at 54, 57 ish. That would be that CPI run. Would also backfill the meaningful U contract volume. Same thing for swing targets as well. That would be my farthest downside swing targets. Although on ES right now, with the way the harmonics have been, with the way volume's been, if you look at the harmonics rotations on ES, we're actually below 10 right now. We're around 8. And when we get our harmonics dipped below 10 on ES, I actually stopped trading ES entirely. And the reason for this is because the reward versus time being in a trade on ES, when it's under 10 like that, I mean, you will sit in a trade for a very long time during the day. You know, you could be in a trade for 5 to 10 hours and maybe get 10 to 15 points on ES when it's just really that slow. Yes, we have the occasional really big move, but there's a lot of choppiness in between those big moves. So for me, when the harmonics really dip low like that, that's where I rotate back to NQ, where NQ's harmonics are around 40 to 55. That means that your time at charts, for those of us who are just trading intraday, your best value is actually going to be on NQ if you want to have decent risk reward. Like I said, for ES, we do get these occasional big moves, and that's why trading with leverage on ES can sometimes get scary in these slow times, because it will be trading really slow, and then all of a sudden you get one of these really big moves, and you can have really big wins, but you can also have really big losses. Whereas on NQ, it's just a little bit more consistent to play with the same amount of leverage in this 40 to 55 harmonic rotation area. So when ES gets back above 10, I'll rotate back to ES, but for now we're just on NQ, and I'm mainly just watching these two POCs to try to play the rotation from one or the other. And if once they reclaim, or if we're pushing really hard on one of these kelts, then I will catch that fade down to the other one or up to the other one, just whichever side we are. It is a shortened week. It's 4th of July week. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be gone. Thursday, market will be closed. And then Friday, I will be taking the day off. I will be in Michigan watching some dirt bike races. So we're going to have a short week this week. Let's make sure we're patient. Let's catch some awesome trades. But again, most importantly, let's be patient. It's probably going to be a little bit rotation-y first thing off this week. And then later in the week, like I said, if we can clean up these levels down here, whether it be in 1 or 2 big moves, honestly, if we can just clean up the low at 55.10 on ES, I wouldn't mind just catching some long swings into Wednesday. If we can get those, like I said, we'll have to have the correct setups to get those. But just for tomorrow, we're going to be playing these POC rotations if we can get them. So that's what I'm looking for. Stay safe, guys. And we'll see you tomorrow. I'll be in the Discord. Go hang out in the Discord. But if not, I'll make another recap and trade plan video tomorrow. And that's when we'll see you guys.